Welcome to OnyxCoin Update Daily, your ultimate source for everything OnyxCoin. We break down market trends, analyze price movements, and bring you the latest updates in the world of OnyxCoin and crypto investing. Happened in their Telegram at WasteX only, and basically I've made this document here that kind of summarized everything that happened in that AMA. Of course, I've written out the questions and answers at the bottom down here, but there is a summary of everything at the top. Of course, guys, if you want this document, it's linked in the description down below, so you can go ahead and read it and translate it or do whatever you fancy with it. But of course, just a few points that stood out from that. Of course, if you guys didn't know that XCN is a deflationary token, of course, they are currently burning tokens with every single transaction that occurs on their ledger. Basically, at the moment, the OnyxCoin team earn a transaction fee from every transaction that occurs on their blockchain. You can see that on their Onyx Explorer, the daily transactions currently sit at 1.72 million transactions. So with every single transaction that occurs, a little bit, every very tiny amount of XCN earned. And of course, that tiny amount of XCN actually burnt, so of course it makes XCN more deflationary, and over in the long term that should increase the value of XCN given the fact that it reduces the supply. Of course, there was quite a bit of emphasis on the governance and DAO. In the we know the hierarchy now, basic all fourth community. So basically, if the community have any questions, they need to go to the ambassador. The ambassadors report to the moderators, and the moderators report to the figures within the DAO. Of course, a lot of you wanted to see how is behind OnyxCoin as well. We wanted to see some faces, some identities, but we did not get that. The team want to remain anonymous, of course. Continuing down, another thing that really stood out as well was a small holders' participation in creating a proposals. So these proposals, right. Now anyone with enough XCN can make a proposal here at OnyxCoin, of course. For example, if they wanted to make a proposal stating that we should burn half of the supply of XCN if you have enough tokens, you can create that proposal. Beautify you're only a small holder of X. There was nothing you could do to create a proposal, but now we might see the creation of voting pools, so a bunch of small holders, each holding a small amount of X, and if there's enough holders, they can create a voting poll where the threshold amount of X is met, and then this voting pool can create their own proposals. So if enough people have the same idea for a proposal, we can all group together and create that proposal via this voting poll. This is some possibility that might come in the future. Of course, there's a lot of mention of the future here on OnyxCoin as well. If you haven't read this yet, go ahead and read this Onyx Goliath Mainnet update. Basically, this was announced just a few weeks ago, and it basically details the roadmap for XCN over the next year. They want to create a brand new layer 1 that's going to rival the likes of XRP and other major cryptocurrencies. So if they are successful with this should be very, very bullish. Of course, this is a Medium article. Again, I will post this in the description down below if you do want to give it a read. Very finding from this as well. If you are a holder and you do want to get more involved, make sure you are staking your XCN. If you're not yet doing so already, that gives you some passive income just for holding your XCN at the current point in time. Let's see where it is. It's 32% interest. So if you got $11,000 in XCN in a year, you'll be given $320 just as passive income for holding your XCN. Of course, that doesn't take into account the price fluctuations of XCN, but just from staking, that is 32-cent yearly sovereign attractive if you're planning to hold your XCN anyway. If you want to be more active as a community member, you can do the Z campaigns as well. So if you're just typing Google ZXDN, then you can find some campaigns that you can do to earn rewards. These are things like posting on Twitter, referring people and stuff like that, and you can just get rewarded for it. Or if you want to become a more active holder anyway, then this is something you guys can do, of course. That's basically what we learned from the AMA that occurred 2 days ago. Again, this document here, if you want to give it a read, send the link in the description down below. Of course, we're going to be talking about the price here on, and where we think it's going to be going over the next few days. And some interesting developments have happened here on X. And in the chart, of course, for this video, I'm actually going to be taking you out onto the DAI weekly chart, and what we're seeing here on the weekly chart in XCN is actually very interesting because, of course, after we had that mega pump in the middle of January there, we've seen this slow decline in price. In fact, we've had 6 consecutive bearish candles in a row, the Resix weeks of painful downtrend here on X. And of course, if you look at the most recent weekly close here, which is this candle that my cursor is at right now. You can see that this candle actually closed out in the green. This candle is also called a doggy because the body of this candle is extremely small. There it's basically a line, and so at the moment we're at a crossroad here on OnyxCoin. If this week turns out to be a green week's, so candle closing above the opening of the week, so if it closes anywhere past say 1.3 or 1.4 cents here on the price, then we could be seeing a powerful candlestick chart pattern. And basically that pattern is called the morning star pattern. Of course, the premise of this is that the bears start off the pattern completely in control. No, they've been in control. The bears, the sellers, have been in control because the price has been going down for 6 straight weeks. But what this pattern represents is a change. In dynamic, of course, the latest candle that we saw is basically a massive battleground between the bears and the bulls, and if this weekly candle closes out green, that would represent tells that BRs have been defeated and that bulls are taking charge, and what we should see if we successfully see a weekly close that is green like this on this chart. Here is the start of a new bullish trend, and of course if you're looking to trade it, then what you want to do is have the entry wherever this candle closes. So at the end of this week, soon Sunday, wherever this candle closes, that's where you start your entry, of course. It has to be a green candle, so anywhere past 1.3 or 1.4 cents, you can enter a trade here, and you would set your stop loss down here at 1.23 cents, where the body of his dog Ekin lies, and of course you can see here what you'd expect as this new bullish trend to emerge. Obviously, we're on the weekly charts. We could maybe expect weeks of bullish trend here on OnyxCoins. So this is pretty exciting, of course. We're off to a good start this week. You can see our current candle is already nicely in the green. Let's just pray that it continues to be that way, of course. The fact that we're seeing this candlestick pattern emerge in the charts gives me even more conviction here on. And I already had quite a lot of conviction if you guys didn't know, because of course we've seen the crossover of this MACD, the one-day chart. We've seen a bullish crossover already occur on the charts since it happened 3 days ago. Now you can see that the bar shape flipped from red to green, meaning that the momentum is starting to flip bullish here. On its coin, of course, a MACD crossover in itself is a decent buy and sell signal. The last time we got a signal from the MAC was when we saw a crossover from bullish to bearish, and that signal came to us when the prices were close to the local top or on its coin, of course. That's generally how we use the MACD on the daily charts. On top of that as well, we've obviously had this long-term trend line here on OnyxCoin that I think we've broken to the upside with. If I draw it across like this, we can see that if I just goon the 4-hour chart, actually we got a decent breakout to the upside from this trend line. We saw the prices come above this trend line here in gray. This trend line that was keeping OnyxCoin in this bearish direction. We saw wear test on multiple occasions of this trend line, and what we would expect to see if this trend line is going to be respected. And of course, the price target that I have in mind for a breakout from this resistance line is immediately 3.1 cent. That is my shorter-term target there on OnyxCoin. If this breakout has been respected, the reason for that is because I believe we've seen this falling wedge pattern occur. We seen a breakout to the upper side of this pattern, and if it's going to be respected, we've got this 3.1 cents target or salt of the distance between the first test of support and resistance here on the charts. We just drag this to wherever we've seen that breakout, and as you guys can see, that should hit the price to 3.1. Of course, if the price can jet past the 3 cents level here on the charts, the next places that I'm looking for on its coin to hit are these Fibonacci levels. Of course, the next one above the 3.1 cents level. ICE at 5 cents, that was the previous high here on OnyxCoin. If we can get past the 5 cents level, then these next 3 fib share are the levels that I would be looking at OnyxCoin to get up to, of course. In order, the first one there is sitting at 11.5. The next one there is by the previous all-time high at roughly 18 cents. And if we can jet to the final one there, the golden FB, that will give us a price target of 32. Now, of course, right now it might seem hard to believe that the prices are going to do anything even close to these price levels right now, but just don't forget how quickly things can change here. OnyxCoin, of course, we've been in a bearish trend now for nearly 2 months, but just at the flick of a finger, we could start to see things shoot straight back up, of course. Just remember how quickly this uptrend was on OnyxCoin compared to this bearish trend that we've been seeing. Of course, this UPS trend only lasted 2 weeks here on the price, and if you compare that to this has been nearly 2 months now of downtrend, of course. If we just take this circle and wedge Rajatuver here, Look how quickly things could turn around and completely erase all the losses that people have been seeing over the past 2 months. All it takes is a day or two of pump, and we could revisit those previous highs here on OnyxCoin. Of course, the conditions do have to be right according to the FIA and Greed Index. We're still in fiat, so it might be a little while before we start to see aerial turnaround here on OnyxCoin, but when it happens, you guys watching this video are going to be prepared. So, give yourself pat upon the back for being prepared. Of course, it's pretty hard being here right now in crypto. I admit it. I think everyone is feeling the same way. The mood is just generally more negative, and that's just how the market is when we're seeing this level of fear. Of course, if we look at the market psychology chart once again, basically you can see that all the negative emotions that everyone is seeing is indicative of the fact that we're near a bottom, then we're at the top. And that's why investing in crypto is never easy. Of course, a lot of people who want to put their money into crypto want to do it and feel good about it. And so a lot of people, make the mistake of investing into crypto when the mood is generally positive, when there's a lot of hype, but unfortunately all the positive mood and the hype comes at near the top of the markets. Every time we see those positive emotions, that's when you should be thinking to yourself, treating the market with a bit of skepticism and thinking about selling cryptos that you are holding. But when there's this much negativity in the market, when everyone's panicking, when everyone's angry, when everyone's in disbelief, when everyone's depressed, that's the best time to be buying us. As you can see here in the top right, troughs are the point of maximum financial opportunity. The peaks are the point of maximum financial risk. And so that's why investing is never easy. It's not supposed to feel good investing into the markets, but when you feel bad about doing so, when everyone is talking about a crypto going to zero, you know that you're buying somewhere near the bottom. It might not exactly be the bottom, but you're buying near the bottom, then you are the top. And of course, it's going to come a time, just like it says on this chart, when first we're going to see it as belief. Of course, OnyxCoin might do something like this where we see a little pump and then prices come back down. That's the disbelief. Then we start to see a few more positive emotions. People are a bit hopeful that we could keep on going up here. We start to see belief, we start to see optimism, we start to see euphoria. And that's when we get a market to fear on OnyxCoin, and then that's when we come crashing back down. And of course, that's what I'm trying to prepare you guys for on top of the OnyxCoin chart. There's so many other things telling me that we could be seeing market bottom nearby. For example, if we have a look at Bitcoin, we're really close to this bullish support here on the charts. Of course, this bullish support has been supporting the price of Bitcoin since 2023. If we just go the 1 day and just zoom out a bit, and you can see that I think Bitcoin is going to be making new highs again, a tall crypto market cap, showing us against that we're once again bouncing from the support levels. I think we're going to go higher on the total crypto market cap. I strongly believe that we're going to see greed and extreme greed return into the market because, of course, at the moment, I think we're near the bottom of sentiment down here where we saw 15. Thanks for watching. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more OnyxCoin insights.